Joining me right now is House Majority Leader-elect Steve Scalise. Congressman, it's great to see you this weekend. Thanks so much for being here. How do you respond to Joe Biden attacking Republicans?
Maria, first, great to be with you. And maybe Joe Biden forgot that his party is running all of Washington still to this day. You know, he's in the White House. Democrats are still running the House. Democrats are in charge of the Senate. That all changes in 3 weeks, in large part because the American people are fed up with how they have failed to do their job. Just think about this. We're in late December, and the September 30th was the deadline for Democrats to do their job and get an appropriations package and the funding of government in place. They missed the deadline September 30th. They did a short-term patch. They did another short-term patch. And we're finally on the eve of Christmas, and they get around to starting to do their work. They've shut Republicans out of the process in the House, and yet they're going to try to blame us because they couldn't do their job. American people are sick of this way of doing business. We're going to change this when we get in the majority in just 3 weeks.
So what happens now after the government is funded just for the weekend? Will we see another massive spending bill because they're in charge?
And Maria, we haven't even seen the bill. Again, there's talk that in just a few days, Congress will vote on a $1.7 trillion package, and nobody in America can see it. We can't see it. Kay Granger, who's in 3 weeks going to be the chair of the House Appropriations Committee, wasn't even included in these negotiations. This is a broken system. Democrats broke it, and then they want to try to blame everybody else under the sun. We've seen this on every front. You know, on energy prices. When prices started to skyrocket because Joe Biden shut down American energy, he tried to blame everybody else. Remember those days? You know, it's the energy companies. It's Putin. It's COVID. It's everybody but him, except the American people know it's his fault. And he's failed to lead on this front as well.
Wow. Well, another thing that's broken is the border, and it's about to get worse. Title 42 is ending on Wednesday. Officials expect up to 14,000 illegal migrants will be showing up at our southern border every single day. The New York Post said it was 18,000 people a day. Democrats are even voicing their concern that the president has no plan to deal with this massive surge. Watch this.
We sent a letter very similar 3 weeks ago that said, hey, where's your plan? We never got a response back.
So would you ask them to wait?
I think that if they don't have a plan, then they need to wait to end.
So that was John Tester. Now the White House is demanding Congress take action before this policy expires next week. How did we get there, and what can Congress do right now, Congressman?
Maria, you know good and well because you've covered this. President Biden created this problem. Even before he was sworn into office, he sent out a message that the border is going to be open. He opened America's borders. What he did was he ended the Remain in Mexico policy, which was incredibly effective at keeping people who want to seek asylum in Mexico because most of those claims aren't valid. Instead, Joe Biden started letting them in day one, and they came in droves, caravans, thousands and thousands a day. And Title 42 was one of the few tools saying that if under a public health period, you can't come into the country if you can't prove your case. And thousands of people were being turned away from that, even as more were coming in. And then he's letting that expire. He doesn't have to do that. Congress would like to take action when Republicans are in charge. We're going to actually bring bills to secure America's border. But Joe Biden can do this today with the stroke of a pen. He refuses to because he wants an open border, even when his own Secretary of Homeland Security is admitting that we're going to have up to 15,000 people coming in here illegally a day. Secretary Mayorkas won't take the actions necessary to secure Americans' border. And fentanyl, remember, is killing about 300 people a day. 300 young people a day are dying just from the fentanyl coming across our open border.
That is so disturbing. You also have up to 1 million gotaways. They intentionally evaded apprehension because they want to get into this country and not be apprehended. Congressman, I don't know where this is going. I mean, Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, says that the president put forth an immigration policy earlier in his administration. Do you know anything about this?
They sure haven't shared it with us. And even if there is one out there somewhere, it's not working. When you've got up to 15,000 people coming into our country illegally every single day, including people on the terrorist watch list coming into across our border. Their policies, Joe Biden's failed policy, is a disaster, and it's crushing communities all across America. I mean, you look at communities like Eagle Pass or El Paso, they're being overwhelmed right now. They can't handle this influx, but they're going to other towns all across America, too. They won't even share with us how many. There are more people that have come across our border than the entire state population of a number of American states. That's how bad this is, and Joe Biden doesn't care. He won't take the action. He won't even go down to the border. Kamala Harris, who he appointed to be his border czar, won't even come down to the border. We're going to hold hearings when we're in the majority at the southern border to highlight how bad this problem is for America.
Yeah, we look forward to that. I know you're planning on hearings down there at the border. Congressman, thank you so much. Steve Scalise joining us this weekend. We will see you soon.
Great being with you.
Thanks very much.